A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go, Ohio! Ohio! Black round! Black round! Here we go! Here we go! Ohio! 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 Let's go!
Oh, he's got a little daylight. He'll have a first down past the 40. Say goodbye to Braxton Miller. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Braxton Miller, 72 yards. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Now it's Brinza to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First and 10, it's Trubisky. A screen complete to Crowell. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. A limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
They go play action. Trubisky up 4th.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
From the gun, Miller. Forced out to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Raekwon McMillan able to run him down for a loss of a yard. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. Peake's got it over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And the wideout in motion. Miller now throwing on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Second down now after the incompletion.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Now Miller going to throw again. He's going to sling. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Second down following the run. Now a give to the up man. That's Sherman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Try to run for it with Howard. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They go play action here on first down. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Let's go! Over! Watching that, Barney! Here we go now!
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. It's caught by Crowell. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Trubisky. brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Back now with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And we'll see what the decision is here as they've got a 4th and 1 coming up. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They send Stills in motion. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
4th and 1. I don't think Wild Horses could have dragged that quarterback off the field. He was motioning to go for it from the start. And sure enough, it's the ground game that gets him the first down.
Here we go now. Green, 35.
A first down carry now for Crowell. They find some open field here. Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Isaiah Crowell, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And that one makes it 14-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on his 4th possession. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Miller on first down. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Robert Quinn in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Off the bootleg. Miller, flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Parker's got it for a Jets touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
This is caught by Robinson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Detroit!
Now they'll run it on the toss. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. I think probably just trying to draw them off there. It didn't work.
And defensively, that's what you work on all the time. Being in that spot and being able to not jump and give them the yardage that they were desiring.
Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Here's Miller on 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Now it's Brinza to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So now here come the Dolphins. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now a handoff as they run left side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Play action. Now Trubisky sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to look deep for Perriman. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Dewan Smoot in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. To throw on 2nd down. Miller. It's complete to Parker, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Devontae Parker with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now it's Brinza to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A little dump off for Corral. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they're just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Being chased out left. Now Trubisky lost the football, but I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's 2nd down. Now a handoff to Crowell. And an alley to run. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They keep it with Crowell on first. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
All right, here we go. Green. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 50.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. That's caught out left by Perriman. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Here we go now. Watch it now, Barney.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando. He's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So an agile move, but not a big gain. Down right near the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On second down, Trubisky. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The Dolphins on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Play clock winding down. On third down, Trubisky. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again.
Here we go. Green, 30. Watch it now, Barney.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Williams in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Miller now throwing on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game.
Come on, let's go.
And he held shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Looking to throw. Miller got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Darren Waller, his third touchdown now on the year. And this Jet offense starting to run away with this one.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And out come the Dolphins now. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for him.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 22. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Miller on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Miller from the gun, he'll throw. His throw caught at about the 5. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now it's Brenza to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, 1 play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And they'll start the drive here with an end around. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. The first throw for the backup Osweiler. Now the ball's out. Osweiler lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kevin King with a pick. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he'll bang that one through. Now it's Brinza to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
It's so tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Flush to his right. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th...
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And this Jets offense continues to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now it's Brinza to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yes.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On second down, here's Crowell. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And now here is another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be shoved to the turf that time at the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! All right, here we go.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through three quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Time running out here on the play clock. Here's Trubisky to throw. Dancing to his left. He can, and I think the ball's out. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
New York set to take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Forced out, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Robert Quinn. He's for him on the year. Here's Miller looking to throw on second down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Let's go. What? Ohio. Flex round. Ohio.
Off the bootleg. Miller. And the pressure gets to him again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's the Jets punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now Trubisky back into his end zone. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Second down, 8. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine the college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over. That return gets all the way to midfield, so we know the field position is absolutely flipped at this point. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I might think about blitzing right now to try and take field position back.
Come on, let's go. Flex round. 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 Flex round.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for the Jets. 44 yards.
Big lead, you got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Miller now to throw on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at FedEx Field, and the lead has gotten even bigger. The Texans have got it in cruise control right now. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now Trubisky to throw, and that is incomplete. Isaiah Crowell, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
All right, here we go. Green, Leopard.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go. No.
On third down, this is Howard. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
Gun!
Here we go. It's Trubisky on fourth down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. Thank goodness. That means this next drive is going to begin first and goal already at the 5-yard line. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jets, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Miami, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And with that, we sign off from Miami.